Howdy guys, Clint Rawls here with Delta Valves and Controls. Today I'm going to show basically how to install the best pneumatic positioner that in my opinion, has ever been made. Granted, they're a little expensive, but it's the Fisher 3582. Today we're going to be installing it on a 1-inch D body with a 65730. It's 3/4 inch travel. Currently this is a direct acting actuator, and that is set up for reverse. So after I get it mounted, I'm going to go through and flip the cam inside, and I'll show you how to do that. First of all, since this is a 657, it's fail open. It does not have loaded spring tension. It's basically just lifting the plug up until the spring inside hits the top of the diaphragm plate. So there's nothing that's gonna bind up or pop or injure anybody when you take these bolts loose for the connecting blocks. If it were a 667, it would be under a lot of load, and then you'd need to stroke it up a little, you know, and do it the safe way. But since it's not, and this is what they're basically going to be installing this positioner on in the field, this is how we're going to do it. Okay. Now you don't even have to take the blocks off. All you have to do is pull the bolts out. The blocks will stay there, leave them there. All I want is those out so that I can mount this bracket. Comes with longer bolts in the mounting kit, and the feedback is going to come off the left side when you're looking at it. When I say feedback, I mean this arm here. Together the feedback link. So it's been years since I've worked on one of these, but fairly self-explanatory, not too difficult. All right, so now that I got this on here, I just kind of put it somewhat in the mid position, and yeah, and then now we're gonna look here. Yeah, I think that'll work well in the mid position. It's definitely gonna have to go in. But now, just to make things perfect, I'm gonna get my regulator. Sorry, I got the hiccups. I'm gonna get my regulator. I'm gonna stroke this to 50%, because in reality, when you stab this on and that pin goes in this feedback arm, you're supposed to be at 50%, and that arm's supposed to be level, and it'll be right in that groove where it says 1 1/8" travel or less. Got it exactly mid-stroke. Now I'm just gonna guide my pin on. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go to the second from the bottom holes. Well, that's a shocker. Yep, nice and level. All right. Okay, so now it's a 1/2 inch wrench. Now I'm just going to remove this tag because it's just going to be annoying the whole time. Remove that tag, I'm gonna break that loose. I'm gonna put that arm level. And I'll put it all the way back where it says 1.1 travel or less. And I'm gonna tighten it up. Beautiful. All right, so. Now, I'm gonna pull my cover back off. Beautiful. All right. So. All right, now there's a little spring back here on this cam. And if you look at this cam from the side, it has an arrow. That arrow right now is pointing up. That cam moves this beam in and out. Right now it's pointing up. That means when you stroke it and you give it signal, it's gonna try and stroke up. That is opposite of what we need for this. We need the arrow to point down. So it's just a little cam. I'll take it off and I'll show you. I need to get a really tiny wrench. I think it's 1/4. Yep, it's definitely. Boy, back in the day when I did these, you didn't have ratchet wrenches. Huh. Okay. So currently, that cam, I can't see it for nothing. You can kind of see the arrow is pointing that direction. So basically, what we have to do is flip that cam and flip the spring retainer. Now on the opposite side. So now looking at it from this direction, now you're going to see the arrow pointing up, or pointing down, sorry. One thing that might be easier that I forgot is we might as well take these beam springs off because they fight, this whole beam fights you. It's very simple. So now that they're out of the way, you can roll this up a little. all she wrote. Go ahead and pop that spring back on with a pair of needle nose. There. Now I'm gonna put my bean back on. There, you gotta put the guide pins right where they go. And I'll put this spring on. Bam, done. Now the action has been switched. So now it is direct acting. Just verifying everything. Okay, so now I'm going to disconnect. So I put thick stainless Teflon tape. And yeah. All right, so first thing we're going to do, we're going to set our 0. So we don't exactly know. So if you want to adjust your span, which is this, you basically just turn that screw. I want to decrease it way down here. It's very short travel. So now I'm going to put 6 pounds on it. All right, 6 pounds. There's a retaining nut. Ooh, I wish we had some better light. Right there. You break it loose. No, it's not 7/16. All right, so now we have 0 output. Okay. Okay. We're fairly shy on our travel, so we're not traveling all the way. So it says increase valve stroke. So we're going to stroke or turn this clockwise. Okay, now we're going to go back to 6. All right, now we're going to back our nozzle out, set our 0 again. Ooh, that moved a lot. All right. Oh man, I went too far. Yeah, it stopped moving about, about 18 pounds. I mean, 28 pounds. So I went a little too far on the stand. So now we're just gonna go counterclockwise a tiny smidge. About right there. Now we're gonna set it back at 6. About right there. Break our nozzle loose. Okay. Beautiful. All right. Oh, yeah. All right, we're loading up at 29 pounds, which is absolutely perfect. Mid stroke, right at 18. When we come back to 6, you want no output air pressure. It's not as important on a fail open, but on a fail close, you do not want output pressure at your minimal signal. But yeah, so let me pull you off the camera stand here. So right now I've got my instrument signal comes in the top, and it says right here, oh man, it's hard with the camera. It says instrument signal. It's in gray, it's actually cast into it. So instrument in, output, supply. So anyhow, that's basically it. It's very simple. I'm gonna leave this beam, I'm gonna leave the 0, I'm gonna leave everything right where it's at. If your valve is traveling exactly 1.5 inches and you put it at mid position and you hit that first notch, you'll see there's another little line just past 1 1/8 before you get to 2 inch. You put it right there at 50% dead level, the calibration will be so close. I've done them before and not needed to change anything. So anyhow, y'all have a good night.